This is my review on Howard the Duck movie and the Ben Stiller movie titled as Mystery Man, another comic book movie. I'm reviewing two comic book movies for the price of one in this review, basically. And these movies are A-okay, fine in my book. 5 out of 10. They're not great, though. Nor one of my favorites. For movies of any kind, or, yeah, so. Characters likable. Main characters are likable enough for both movies, motion pictures. Story is pretty bonkers and stupid. Doesn't make a little much going on for such a absurd plot. Similar for both movies. Problems I have. And why I'm giving them a 5 out of 10. Now let's talk about the story. Let's start with Mystery Man, shall we? So the story is, this guy that's a big time hero, he gets kidnapped because he decides to send one of his action enemies free from prison. Because of greed, he wants to be big time again, and famous again for being a hero. But he gets kidnapped and drugged. Then it's up to Team Mystery Men to save him, but they kill him instead, by accident. Once they discover the whereabouts of the King's lair, to the supervillain's lair, where Captain of Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, Captain of Fantastic something, is basically dead because the Mystery Man accidentally murdered him that were trying to save him. And Ben Stiller gets his cool hero moment where he gets to be a total badass and let his razors completely take over, and he's actually can fight. Which we haven't seen. We've seen the opposite outcome until now, and wants to get the one time in the 3 act during a climax between the Ben Stiller and the villain, and the teaming up again to take down the villain. This scenario, so, all else ends well, then they just need to come up with a name for the team. So, Howard Duck is next, and Howard Duck, he gets sucked out of this world called Duck World into our world. Now, Howard Duck is a Marvel character. Now, this is loosely based off the Marvel superhero character with the same name, Howard the Duck. I say loosely based on the same character because the thing is about Howard the Duck in the comics is a very different Howard the Duck than the movie that George Lucas put out. When he was still considered good by people, I guess, until they hated him with the prequel trilogy and then liked him again once the sequel Star-Wars trilogy got made, and for some reason, I don't understand. Now people like him again. Go figure. Where was I? Oh yeah, Howard the Duck. Anyway, the rest of the movie takes place in our world, and the goal is Howard to get Howard back to his world. But then he has them being a heroic sacrifice and change of heart to save his friends, blah 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 scenario. Then they live heavy under the ever, blah blah blah. The end. Nobody makes a sequel. Thank God to this. Wasn't worth it. I don't see this movie was worth the trouble getting greenlit for Howard the Duck or for Mystery Man. Lost the train of thought there for the moment. So how is it different first I'm going to say how is a different character than the one in the movie. Because the thing is about Howard is he only works if you can actually get him interact with other Marvel characters. This movie, Howard, that's about Howard, that the thing that he does, which keep in mind, there's a few things Howard's known for, is basically breaking the fourth wall and drinking constant alcohol, smoking constantly a lot, and last but not least, not taking anything seriously within the Marvel world of logic in comics. So there's no reason why this movie just didn't go that well on paper. Howard Duck didn't go well on paper or in execution, because they have to remove a lot of content that makes Howard who he is in order to make this movie greenlit and get it out there. They basically have removed everything that makes Howard for who he is. I mean, well, he does drink in this movie and smoke sometimes. However, because saying this movie is a kid's movie is very G-R-P-G. You can't have that regularly. Like you can't show that really, to show that he actually has a problem with drinking alcohol and cigars. So so they kind of had to water that aspect about him down, his alcohol intake, and also that he has a bad smoking habit. So they had to water that a lot down for the movie that he's known for doing the comics regularly. And that was key part of his character, and I liked how in the Marvel comics and then the movie happened. Wolf. Anything's not said. For what I have to say about that. Just trying to think of the things else I gotta say. I think that's enough said. Bye, subscribe to my channel, please.